Welcome back to Startup Cabin Podcast. We're here with another Monday Minute, and this time I'm going to talk about physical products. There is one industry that has been pretty much untouched when it comes to disrupting the way of doing business, the schedule and calendar of the industry, how people work, and that's the fashion industry. They have the same seasons, they have the same system, all of them. You have the spring collection, you have the autumn collection, you have the pre-collections. And you have the sales in the exact same, time, space. You have a whole wasteful process that is accepted by the industry, that it's okay to have a very wasteful industry, a very wasteful process, but also devaluing their own products. For example, H&M and similar companies, a lot of the products they sell, they're never going to sell for full price. And they just accept that that's the way of doing business, that they're going to have a certain amount of products that they're going to put on sale because they can't push them through. And that's kind of the key point, pushing them through. It's an industry that's been very non-disrupted in terms of doing business. But because it's a trend-driven industry, a lot of people from the outside think that because the design of things looks new and fresh, they think that the industry itself is also new and fresh, while it's actually the opposite. It's very old-fashioned, and it's very hard for the fashion companies to change. And they also accept something that we would never accept in the tech industry, and that's pushing and designing products for several months ahead and not asking anyone if they want to buy it beforehand. So there's designers everywhere who put out products that they don't know if they're going to sell. They're not asking their customers and clients what they want. Of course, some of the big companies, they use a lot of metrics. They know a lot about like which colors works in different countries and stuff like that. But they don't use the same methods that they do in the tech industry. And that got me thinking. UX is beautiful for, getting reviews and getting feedback from users when it comes to designing websites, designing apps, designing technical solutions that people can use in different ways. And UX is beautiful to use for creating products, but it's used mostly for digital products and for ad campaigns, so advertising. But what if companies like Nike or Adidas or H&M instead went to the crowd and asked them, design something for us that you want and we will produce it for you? I think that the fashion industry will have to kind of succumb to this pretty soon, because we're so used to crowdsourcing, we're so used to having our way, customization, etc., that I think that we will have to infuse this in the whole fashion industry in the end. And of course, they do a lot of customization where they've chosen one product and you can choose these colors to alter them. But it's still a designer from the company who decides what shoe you're supposed to customize, what colors you should use. And that's specifically often for like footwear companies, accessory companies, t-shirt companies, pretty simple products. But what if you have a whole fashion line and you let someone else design it for you? You crowdsource the design process. Do you think that designers would ever accept this kind of work process? I think they're not used to this. I don't think they're on the train yet, so to speak. And I'd like to see that change. And I actually have one client that is maybe possible, maybe can pull this off. I'm going to be very, very curious to see them and follow them the next couple of months. So, which industries do you think will accept this? Do you think there's industries that would never accept other people coming in and helping them develop products in this way? Do you think UX can be used right off the bat, how it works for digital products with physical products? Please comment on our Twitter, which is Startup Cabin, and our Instagram, which is Startup Cabin Podcast. We'll love to hear your comments. If you find news or other things you want my comment on in the industry or my feedback, just send me a link and I'll take it up in the next Monday Minutes. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe on iTunes, and we'll be back next Monday.